From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for September 8th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the USDCAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, for today's trade analysis. But first, a recap of a couple of the trade suggestions made over the past few days. Yesterday, we were looking for buying opportunities on dips into support into the yellow shaded area you see up here towards the 100 period moving average into the 112.05, 112.30 level, the yellow shaded area. Unfortunately, before or after yesterday's live trade room, we put a pending order there at 112.30. The market never reached deep enough to take that trade in, and now it's gone right back up without us from the 112.30 level all the way back up into the 113 level. We do have the ECB today, so definitely don't want to take any new trade opportunities until we get through that ECB news at 8:30 Eastern U.S. time, about 35 minutes from the recording of this video. The bid rate was unchanged, so of course we've seen a little bit of a push higher on that unchanged rate, but we definitely want to wait until after the ECB before getting in any new trades. If you happen to get in at the 112.30 or just before that level yesterday, you should be in profit protection mode from those buys suggested yesterday. Let's take a look at the GBPUSD. This is a currency pair I have actually been in for the past 24 hours. You can see 133.40 as the entry down here at the bottom. We're currently sitting 5 or 6 pips of profit right now, but we've seen over 20 pips of profit. In fact, we've seen into the 30s. You can see the market pushing around here. This is the 4-hour time frame above the pink shaded area. That's what we've been looking at over the past 24 hours. It sat down on top of it and really hasn't done a whole lot since then. The 112 again, or sorry, 133.40 level is our entry. You can see the high taking it up about 30 to 35 pips of profit on the high of the current candle. If it can stay in and can hold the 33.40 level, we'll look for the bounce higher and targeting the yellow shaded area. The risk at this point is that there isn't any risk because the trade's at break even with the stop loss, but the risk is the market breaks through the pink zone and goes back down towards the green shaded area. So if you're in it, you should be considering protecting the trade. I'm already at break even since I've seen over 20 pips of profit. Now waiting to see if we can get some more bullish price action off of this pink zone towards the yellow shaded area. If not, we'll get out of it and look for a new trade opportunity here on the GBPUSD. Another currency pair that we've been looking at since yesterday was a buy into the blue shaded area. Take it down here to the 4-hour time frame on the Australian dollar. We took a buy yesterday at 76.70. It went up, saw some profit, came back down, took us out. I actually put a pending order yesterday at 76.65, never took that in, and then just went up without us. So if you were able to stay in the trade from 76.70 or you got in again from the 70 level, then you're into profit and you should be in profit protection mode now for those buys from the 76.65.70 level on the Australian dollar. Let's go ahead and take it over to the USDCAD. Over the past few days, we've been looking at opportunities for this currency pair. We've seen over the past week or so a pretty decent fall back down into support. Take a look at the range that I have, the black box on my chart here. We've been studying that over the past few days in the live trade room, this black box. We're at the bottom, and the potential is for the currency pair to find support. If we get some negative sentiment for the Canadian dollar, then we look for this to turn around and go back up from the lows of this range. You take this little black trend line right here. I'm trying to get it selected here just a second. Take this little black trend line. You can see we've come back down towards that little black trend line, sitting on top of it. So the main focus is this orange shaded area right around the 28.40 to 28.65 level. As long as it stays on top of it, potential reversal will go back up. We have crude oil inventories today, which could, of course, affect oil prices, which, of course, tends to correlate over here to the USCAD. Inverse correlation. If oil prices go up, this USCAD goes down, and vice versa. If oil prices go down on those inventories, we'll look for this to turn around and go back up. So consider that. That's exactly what happened last week, or last crude oil release, I believe, is that oil prices went down, and we looked at the USCAD going back up. So I think we'll look for that today. Any buys on dips into support? Let's take a look at that support zone, the orange shaded area, 4-hour time frame. We've studied this in the trade room. You see the black circle on the left, false breakout, rally higher. Blue circle, real breakout, went down to the yellow zone. Then it got back above it, support here, red circle, and so we're into that support again. So for me, as long as it stays above that orange shaded area, the potential is for the currency pair to go long into the orange shaded area, targeting back to the blue zone or even higher back to the pink zone, depending on how those crude oil inventories come out. We saw a little bit of a boost yesterday, and then it came back down. I'm looking for a buy somewhere around 28.70 to 28.65, looking for it to buy and go back up here for the USCAD today. I don't think until we get through those oil inventories, there's really any reason to go short as long as it sits on top of the orange shaded area. The only reasons to go short would be it rallies back to the blue zone, or at this point, it will need to break through the orange zone. So I'm not looking to go short as long as it sits on top of the orange zone, but more likely looking for those intraday bounces off of there, watching those oil inventories later today for a buy opportunity into the 28.65.70 level, targeting the blue zone or the pink zone if it goes higher for the USCAD today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.